Hey guys, this is tangytango TeamTang. Due to popular demand in my previous helicopter tutorial, the advanced one, I'm going to bring you a basics tutorial on how to fly the helicopters in Bad Company 2. So let's get started. But first I should say that I'm using the default control scheme in this video and I don't fly in the Bad Company 1 control scheme, so I'm sorry for the Bad Company 1 flyers. To go higher, pull on the right trigger, and to go lower, you pull on the left trigger. To go forward, push the right analog stick forward, and to go back, pull the right analog stick back. I should also note that the controls are inverted, so if you're not used to it, get used to it. So to turn right, push the right analog stick right, and to turn left, also pull the right analog stick left. To strafe the chopper left, push the left analog stick left, and to strafe right, push the left analog stick right. To move forward faster, pull the right trigger and push the right analog stick forward, and also push the nose down till it's about 45 degrees, and it's pretty much same going backwards, but instead you push the right analog stick down. To turn around in a ring-like motion, simply move forward and push the right analog stick left or right depending on what direction you want to go. You can also turn faster if you strafe in the direction you're turning, so if you're turning left, simply turn left and push the left analog stick left. This should turn your chopper much faster. To fire your missiles, press the left bumper, or on the PS3, press L1. And to fire your secondary, press the right bumper or L2 for PS3. But to get the secondary fire mode, you need to have V-Alt as your vehicle specialization selected. But to use the secondary properly, you should really have your targets on the ground traced so the missile can lock on. If you don't have any trace targets, the missile will be very inaccurate. Aiming at targets is simple, just adjust your crosshair till it goes over your target and fire your missiles. I would advise that you fire your full set of missiles onto your target as the missiles are pretty weak. Probably the best way to learn is to stay at enemy range and fly high and start to get the feel for the controls. But if you plan on doing this, I would get a gunner so you can deal some damage to the enemies and you wouldn't be so useless for your team. So now I'm going to talk about the vehicle specializations and what they do and if I think they're good or not. And I should also note that some of the vehicle specs stack, so for example if you have warheads equipped and you're the pilot, your gunner will also have the effects of warhead spec. So the first spec you'll unlock is the electronic warfare package. It works like a motion board, so any enemies that appear in your radius will come up on the minimap as red triangles. And also enemies will pop up in your line of sight, so in my opinion this will be more effective for the gunner than the pilot as he'll be dealing the most damage. The quick reload package does what it says on the tin and will decrease your reload time by quite a bit. TeamTang, who's my regular gunner, prefers this spec because the gunner deals enough damage already and he prefers a better rate of fire and power. If you have the smokes equipped, it will enable your secondary fire. So if you press it, it will release a set of flares which will misdirect any homing rockets. Also when you release your flares, any tracer rounds will disappear. I don't really use this specialization because it's not really that useful if you manage to dodge the tracer round in the first place. Active armor upgrade will increase the amount of damage you can take, and I've read somewhere that you can take a direct RPG round and survive with about 15 to 20% health remaining. And I personally like to use this as my specialization as it assures the helicopter's safety. Improved warfare package increases the amount of damage you deal, and I've also read somewhere that this specialization will stack, so the pilot and gunner will be able to deal extra damage. I recommend this spec if you plan on flying aggressively and fly around in enemy airspace. The high power optics will allow you to zoom in. This spec is pretty much useless to both the pilot and gunner, as the pilot doesn't necessarily need it and the gunner has a zoom feature already. The alternate weapon package will unlock the laser guided missile. To use it, press the right bumper. To use the missile effectively, your gunner should also equip this specialization, as it will unlock a tracer dart for him. Once your gunner traces a target, place your crosshair over the traced target and fire the missile. The missile deals quite a lot of damage, but I found that it doesn't always take out the enemy vehicles, and it could take about 3 rounds just to take out a vehicle. So now the tutorial has finished. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe.